Hey everybody! Today we're actually starting something new. So you are now part of the coolest thing on the internet. Which, not really, but let's pretend it is.
I'd say it's the coolest thing.
This is my friend Jared, and he for a while has been doing something really cool called Chasing Amazing, and we're actually gonna start like blogging this so you guys can follow his Chasing Amazing. First question is, what is Chasing Amazing? So,
Chasing Amazing. It's been a thing of mine for a while now. It's trying to complete the entire run of Amazing Spider-Man. Now, for those of you that might not know, Amazing Spider-Man actually did end as a comic book series. Its final issue was about almost a year ago, issue 700. So there's a grand total of 700 issues in the series, and Chasing Amazing I'd like to refer to as the act of collecting all of them.
okay, so now that you know what Chasing Amazing is, how close are you to completing Chasing Amazing?
Um, on top of the 3 or 4 issues that I picked up just now, I think I'm missing about 107 or 108 issues, somewhere around there, just to give a ballpark. I've been collecting comics for pretty much my entire life, and I've been collecting Spider-Man comics. I'd say since I was about in like third or fourth grade, since I was like 8 years old.
Oh. So, um, basically, what to expect from us? We're gonna post like updates on when he gets new comics, when we find new stuff. We're also gonna have interviews with like people who help us find or sell us or whatnot. Like rare comics, for example. Like Jared's in the works of buying an issue one of Chasing
Yeah.
Invasion. Uh, so we're gonna try to talk to different comic book shop owners, people that have these collectibles, like why they held on to it for so long, like did they think that this was gonna go anywhere? So hopefully you get to see a lot of cool content from us, especially for comic book fans and for people that might be doing things like this as well, like trying to complete any collection of any superhero. It's really difficult because it spans over generations. Um, so this is definitely something to follow. I think that you guys will enjoy it. We're gonna have different content. It's not gonna be as much sit down talking like we do with our Naruto fan FB stuff. So it'll be a fresh journey to join with us. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just to add on to what John was saying, since I've been collecting for so long, I've gotten to know pretty much, I'd like to say almost every single comic store owner, big or small, not only on Long Island where we live, but also New York, Brooklyn, Manhattan, upstate. I've even been hitting up a few places in Jersey now as well, and I mean, not even comic book stores. You'd be surprised where you find stuff. I mean, I've started going to garage sales, yard sales, and everything like that. And I'll tell you personally, I just found a copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 13, first appearance of Mysterio, at a garage sale in Brooklyn, not too long ago. I'd say maybe about 3, 4 weeks ago. So honestly, if you're out there, if you're collecting comics, you never know where you can find the next big find that you get. And it's always good to keep an eye out because, I mean, it's always good to know your stuff, even if you're not a Spider Man fan, even if you're not a Batman fan, whatever comic you might be collecting. It's always good to know a little bit about everything because you never know what you could find. You could stumble across an Action Comics number one in
Yeah.
a bin at someone's garage sale. First appearance of Superman worth
A million
yeah,
dollars, something like
worth
that. Yeah.
yeah. One sold in auction for I think it was like 2.4 million, graded at like a 7.5.
Never have to work again.
Yeah. So I mean, it's always good to know your stuff, and I mean, we'll be talking mainly about some Spider-Man comics that I find, but I find a lot of stuff all the time. I found a Fantastic Four number 11 just about maybe a week ago. I just picked up a first printing of The Killing Joke, the issue
Yeah.
where Barbara Gordon
Get
is
shot.
no longer Batgirl. She gets shot by the Joker. Spoiler alert.
Spoilers, dude. Like,
But yeah, no, I mean, comic books have pretty much always been a big part of my life. When I was growing up, my grandpa, his favorite superhero was Superman, and he pretty much got me started on Superman comics that he had from when he was a kid. He gave me his old collection. My dad did the same, and Spider Man had always hit kind of close to home for me. A lot of people that I know, a lot of my friends always ask me why I chose to collect Spider Man. I mean, not only is he, like, of course, my favorite superhero, but I've always found that I could relate to him. Spider Man's not the perfect superhero. Before, even after he has his powers, he's just a normal person. He's a kid who gets bullied. He puts up with a lot of stuff at school. And it just goes to show that, I mean, even with stuff like that, you could still do things that are incredible. And I've always been able to relate to his relationship with his Uncle Ben. The relationship that Peter had with his uncle reminded me a lot of me and my grandpa. And having Peter's uncle pass away like that, I had also lost my grandpa. And the relationship between both of them and kind of Uncle Ben's dying words to Peter, with great power comes great responsibility, that just always reminded me of how I had grown up with my grandpa, being raised by him just as Peter was raised by his uncle. So, a lot of people think that collecting comics is, I don't know, just collecting comics, but to me, it's been my life, and it's pretty much been one of the biggest parts of me for as long as I can remember.
So, stay with us. Check out what we're going to be posting. If you have any questions about comics, doesn't have to be Spider-Man. Comment below. Send us a message on page panel screen. We'll leave our handles below so you guys can add us as friends. Jared knows everything there is to know about comic books. So if you have any questions, if he doesn't know it, he can find out about it.
I've worked at a couple comic book stores here on Long Island. I'm on pretty much everyone's email list at every comic book store around my house, Manhattan also. And I usually get emails all the time, people who have different questions about if a comic book that they have is worth a lot of money. Sometimes I get comments from my friends asking me, I'm looking to sell this, who should I sell it to, what should I ask for? And I focus on Spider-Man, but I don't want to brag or anything, but I do know my stuff about comics.
I might be the greatest comic book guy ever, so.
Just so.
But yeah, check out page panel screen, make an account, add us as friends. We're going to put our handles down below. And if you have any questions about where we're going, if you have a comic book that Amazing Spider-Man comic that you want to sell or you want to help us out or anything like that, feel free to contact us. And if you just want to show support, give us a like and comment below.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to that.
Even if it's just to talk about your own collection or anything. I mean, I always love hearing about stuff like that. Like, I know John over here, he's a big Batman fan. Just got a couple Batman comics too, so I mean, you never know. Everyone's got their own thing, but I always love hearing about other people's collections and stuff. I mean, comic books have always been a big deal of mine, so even if you just want to shoot some questions about what you have, message me if you have any issues of Amazing Spider-Man that you think I might be interested in. I mean,
on page panel screen we have the forums that have been getting a little bit more active. Start a new forum. Those are probably the easiest ways to get in contact, and we'll definitely respond to you as soon as possible.
Yep. And for those of you who don't personally know me, I have been starting to write some comic book reviews on the site as well. We just finished, I just finished reviewing Marvel Comics Cataclysm, which just happened about a week or two ago. So I'm also going to start writing a little bit more reviews of significant events that are happening not only in the Marvel Universe, but the DC Universe as well. such as Trinity War, Cataclysm, everything, or Forever Evil. I mean, Justice League just kind of died last month, so
Yeah, you know.
big news.
So that's all for the first episode of Chasing Amazing. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you guys soon.